You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live, This Week. Featuring news and commentary on This Week in Black Hollywood. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live This Week, Derrial, Christon.
This is Deja Vu right now. Hey, what's up, everybody? You're watching Black Hollywood Live this week. I am your host, Derrial, Christon, and joining me today is DJ Jesse J.
What up?
Our very special guest host is the beautiful and talented Alia Kruz. How you doing, Alia?
I'm wonderful.
It's been a while.
I know.
Alia is an original Black Hollywood Liver right here. An original. That's right. We're glad to have her back.
If anyone was wondering who my baby mama was,
is Alia. All of our baby mamas is Alia.
Courtney is vigilantly at work in New York City.
Yes. Courtney is not here today. She's at work, as Alia said, and she's doing big things, but she'll be back hopefully next week maybe. If not, we'll go with Alia again. So, no, just kidding, Courtney. All right, so today's show includes a variety of different topics, including a 16-year-old genius is going to college. Singer Angie Stone was arrested for beating down her daughter. What? That's a crazy story. And protests erupt in Wisconsin after a shooting on an unarmed 19-year-old black man. But we're going to talk about many things, including those topics. But first, I want to read the buzzer meter question from last week's show, which was, do you believe being gay is a choice? We had a heavy discussion about it. A lot of you guys had input on it as well when you were tweeting us and also putting some messages on YouTube. But you guys voted, and here's what you said. 20% of you said yes, 80% of you said no.
Holla, that's that 80-20% rule.
That's right. What do you think about that, Alia?
I think that's not bad.
Really? You think 80%? I thought it was going to be actually.
I think that this is so controversial. Ooh, I'm going to get myself in trouble. I think that 80% of people who say they're gay were born gay. The other 20% of people who claim to be gay, I don't know. But for the majority, yes, I don't think it's a...
So there you go. I mean, you basically...
So you basically voted with what?
That most people are naturally gay.
Yes,
but
I believe
there is a
so.
percentage that chooses.
There is definitely a percentage that chooses. There's a few people who definitely, I think, they picked that lane.
And there's some people who need to choose.
Right.
Make a decision.
A little confused.
Okay? No, just kidding.
Just kidding. No, I'm not.
We playing.
I just say I'm just kidding when I don't want to get in trouble.
I know.
Me too. Or God bless them.
Well, today's buzzer meter question is: do you believe in spanking your child? That's a serious one too. I grew up in a black household. I got beat, and I turned out all right.
A black household, bitch. I did not grow up in a black household, and I got my ass whooped by whatever that was in the vicinity.
But see, I grew up in a white household, and I needed my ass beat, and my parents would never punish me. So it can go both ways. I know that what I needed was a whooping. I didn't get it. See what happened to me?
See,
I guess Greeks are very different than...
They're still ethnic.
Yeah,
they're very ethnic.
That's what it is. Because my grandma would shake that jaw, I'd be like...
Oh, right. When I used to have to pick out the switches.
Why are we even talking about child abuse, though? Have you guys got into this story?
We'll
get into that.
So you guys vote. We'll get into that next week. We'll get into that next week. But let us know what you guys think, and we'll read those results on next week's show. All right, we're going to move on to trending topics with DJ Jesse J.
Esther Okade. Hopefully that's how you say your name, girl. But you're smarter than me anyways. Well, this little girl right here, she's adorable. This British-Nigerian youngster. Well, she is from... Walsall, which is UK's West Midland region, and she's 10 years old, and this girl is in college. Like, I had to do several pauses. Hold on, wait a minute, what's going on here? So she enrolled at Open University, which is a UK-based distance learning college, in January, and she's already at the top of her class with scoring a 100% on her recent exam.
Man.
Some people, she came out to say that she wants to finish the course in 2 years. She said, then I'm going to do my PhD in financial maths when I'm 13. I want to have my own bank by the time I'm 15 because I like numbers and I like people, and banking is a great way to help people.
Well, I like that she's not wasting any time. Hey,
she's got a plan.
I'm 15, I was like, my life plan by the time I'm 30, I'm going to be set. This been
she said 15. But here's my thing, though. Do you really think, even when you're that smart, that you should go to something college that young, because there's so many fundamental things that just you learn growing up as a teenager, and just really becoming who you are as an adult. Do you think that is something that will change who she is?
Of course it's going to change who she is, but that doesn't mean it's a negative thing.
Yeah, you shouldn't be dumbed down to like deal with her people.
Not
She should be
dumbed
born
down,
in
So
but-
listen here, she was a lot of people thought that it was her parents that pushed her to kind of do this, which is totally false. She wanted to do this at 7 years old, and her mom was like, let's just, they send her to a private school, and she would come home every day crying, being like, they won't let me talk, they won't let me participate, and she was almost getting dumbed down at, a pretty prestigious public school, private school, which private school versus public school, you're getting a better education.
Right.
So she already feels, what was that, at 7? Like, I can't, be the best me in this program. I need something more elevated. So she then came out to say, I actually wanted to start when I was 7, but my mom was like, you're too young, calm down. And after 3 years of begging, her mom finally agreed to explore the idea. So do I think that, yes, there are certain things in school that I think that, someone like her, or not even someone like her, but people need to go through in life.
Yeah.
But I've also met people who went through school, didn't learn those basic social
skills and mental skills.
I know
too,
people who went to school and college and don't have those social skills.
that's true too. I probably know a couple
So
myself.
is that hurting her? No. This is amazing to me that we can, we're promoting this. This is why I wanted to make sure this was definitely one of the topics that we talk about, because this is a possibility. This is reality. This is the truth. This girl is a superhero of
Yeah, I want to know what her IQ is and her parents' IQ.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because clearly, I feel like a lot of that stuff is genetic, so her parents must have some out-of-control IQs as well, I would think.
Well, she's going to work on a math book, and it's a series of math workbooks called Yummy Yummy Algebra. It starts at a beginner level. That's volume 1, and then there will be a volume 2, volume 3, volume 4. She said, but she's only written the first one first. As long as you can add or subtract, you'll be able to do it. I want to show other children that they are special too. Love it.
Good for her. Hey,
I like it.
I like the positive image out there too. So
Okay.
we always talk about the negative stuff so much.
She's
so it's
cute,
nice.
too.
She is cute.
All right, so moving on from that. So Black History Month is over, but here at Black Hollywood, we want to keep it going a little bit. So we had Janine Harper. She was a mother, and she wanted to find a way to teach her daughter a little bit more about Black history. She actually really likes the program that the school is using as far as what they're teaching. I wish they would have went into that a little more, because she's very happy with the school and what they're teaching. But she wanted to go a different route and try to make it a little more fun. So as she was online searching the web, she came across some images of African American women doing a photo series of famous African American icons. And so she thought this would be a really great idea to have her daughter dress up as different characters and kind of teach her and play almost like, role playing these characters. She kept away from most of the violence and stuff like that and kept it kind of PG with the kid, but they had a lot of fun. They would every week they would post a new photo and what they learned about the iconic person. What do you guys think? I think that this is really cool. I wish they would do this in school, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, I think it's a smart way. I mean, it makes it interactive, and I think the kids probably, because it's fun and interactive for them, they're able to recall a lot of the facts of the people who they are, So I think it's great. I mean, I agree. It should be in schools. It should be, this should be a part of the households, you know what I mean? Like, just incorporating this, in most households, because I think it's an easier way for kids to remember the facts about them.
Because they have
It is, because they're actually reliving the situation rather than just hearing it. You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to y'all. Keep on finding new,
Where did you find this
innovative.
picture?
This is one of the pictures that she used of her daughter to put it up.
That's cool.
It's cool. I like it. I dig in it.
Hey. All right. So on top of that, our sister network, we talk about it every week, AfterBuzz TV. Whatever your favorite TV show is, as soon as the show is done, head over to AfterBuzzTV.com, and we'll be there talking about your favorite TV shows. Shows like Scandal, Empire, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Whatever your favorite TV show is, as soon as it's done, AfterBuzzTV.com.
All right. Thank you, Jesse. We're going to move on to gossip with Alia Kruz.
So this week, we've got the verdict is in for Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams. They are forced or court obligated to pay $7.4 million. But that, however, I just read an article as we were walking in here. They plan to contest. So here's the thing. When I heard the song, personally, I thought it was sampled. I totally did think it was sampled. But, I mean, isn't the saying, like, great artists steal work? Like, it's so small, and I think that they didn't actually use any of the configuration that, I don't know. But they made money off the song, and guess
They
what?
made a lot of
Neither
money.
one of them, like, what songs do they have out right now? Does Pharrell have a song out right now?
Pharrell's always got a song
I think
out.
he does,
Yeah.
but does Robin? I don't think so.
No.
Keeping him relevant during right now. Not that he's not always relevant, but,
I
don't
mean,
know.
here's the thing. When I first heard the song, and even when I first heard the lawsuit that was going on with Marvin Gaye's family, I was like, you know what? I could hear the Marvin Gaye, even the little part where the ooh or whatever he does. You know what I mean? That's Marvin Gaye. That's blatantly Marvin Gaye. And then
It did sound like a
the
sample.
tagline, I thought sure. I mean, the tag, I thought sure was just a sample. So then when they were saying it wasn't, I was confused.
Right.
Because I was like, now how are you going to backtrack that one?
But there's
Now-
only 12 chords, and they can be arranged in certain ways, and like
I mean,
technically it's not.
But if the whole world can hear a song and say, "Oh shit, that's Marvin Gaye,"
Right.
Marvin Gaye, his family gets a little
Now,
money, and that's
here's
what
the other
they've
thing
ruled.
is that before you guys got here earlier today, someone was talking about this, and they pulled up. Someone took Pharrell's "Happy" and they put it over. I can't remember whose beat it was, to prove that Pharrell borrows a lot of ideas.
Okay.
Now, obviously, the beat that I heard it over was nothing like for Happy, but it was kind of like Happy. And so it just kind of is, like we said,
Good artists create, and great artists steal.
I mean, but all artists take from someone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can go, historically, Prince took from James Brown to Michael Jackson took.
Well, that's like the moonwalk for me is like, okay, so we can sue people for this, music, for this song. But then, like, Michael Jackson can blatantly steal the moonwalk because he did not create that.
Right.
And now it's Michael Jackson's thing. The moonwalk is Michael Jackson. But I guess he's not, but he is making money off it.
He's dead.
Essentially. But, I mean, in his life, he's made money off
He made money off of that,
the
sure.
moonwalk.
Absolutely. Didn't he have a movie called Moonwalk or something like that? Or a video or something? I mean, okay, and a lot of artists also are starting to complain that they're saying that with this verdict that it takes away from the artistry. They're saying that, like, now producers and musicians are going to have to be, restricted to how their creative juices flow because of this situation. And I kind of agree. I mean, it's like a twofold with it. It's like I agree that we can't be so restrictive on everything, and like if you have a little verse of a song and you change it, do you have to get sued for every little piece that you use? But on the flip side, if you were somebody who created that eons ago, you need your money. You know what I mean? Look how many people now we look at commercials and they bring back old school 80s stuff or 90s stuff. Like, look, just raw bass, it takes two. You know how many times that's been used? And even if Sprint tweaked that a little bit in the video or in the commercial, should raw bass or whoever really wrote that song not get his money? Yeah, he should get his money.
Right, like this isn't a mixtape.
Well,
Right.
the good news is everybody won money. Like, even if they pay it out, they still profited. Everybody still profited, and T.I. just skated on by because he was the feature.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some real gossip here. Miss Angie Stone just was arrested Monday for beating her daughter's ass. Now, when we talk about child abuse, this does not apply. This woman was 30 years old. Can we just talk about how the daughter, they're making it sound like child abuse? The daughter was 30 years old.
How dare
That's
you.
First
still
of all,
child abuse.
why is the mama like allowing the daughter and the children to live with her? Obviously, they've fallen on hard times. I'm not pretending I know what's going on in their situation, but clearly something's up. Second of all, if she's punching her, well, let's see. Miss Angie Stone reportedly told the officers that her daughter had first punched her in the face.
What is this over?
This is over Angie telling her daughter, look, you need to go to your room, clean up your room, and get your kids together because they're loud and running around half naked.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Can't have no naked kids running around.
So, yes, your word. And exactly. So I understand that, but apparently her daughter, whose name is Diamond, incidentally, Diamond swatted at her, and so she took the metal bar and went, poof.
The what? Metal what?
A metal rod.
Metal rod, yeah.
And that's where the teeth are
She
missing.
knocked out some of her teeth.
Okay,
Yeah.
I saw the teeth.
Yeah, the teeth were serious.
I couldn't look at that because that was making me like before I went to bed. I almost had nightmares.
Yeah.
But she must have really felt in danger, I'm assuming. But the police did not arrest Diamond. They only arrested Miss Stone.
She's the weapon.
Because she used a weapon. But, I mean, come on. Your kids are go clean up your... I don't know.
Yeah, but like, listen to this argument. Go clean up your room. Bam!
I'm sure there was more to it.
I'm sure it was more to
I mean,
it.
could I forgive my mom if she knocked out my teeth?
No, I'd be like...
You have to.
I mean, it
That's
depends
your
on the
mama.
circumstance. I mean, I
wouldn't, of
guess it
course,
would
she'd
take
be
me.
paying for
It'd
the
take me a
teeth.
minute though to get
Yeah, but
knock out my teeth.
how much rent do you think that her daughter and those kids
mean,
weigh?
that's true.
I'm
That's
just
true.
guessing. I'm
But
just
that don't mean
guessing.
bang my teeth.
It has to be
Mom.
more to the story.
I understand. There's probably had a history. It's gotta be a buildup. You don't just go there. And plus the fact that she never had any previous child
Yeah.
abuse cases. And the
Right.
woman is 30 years old. She's a woman. Let's call it for what it is. These are two adult women who got into an altercation with each other. Who's right? Who's wrong? I don't know. I don't claim to know. But guess what? She's a grown woman.
She's a grown
She can
woman.
do whatever she likes.
I just love that it was over an argument about cleaning your room at 30.
And getting together your naked
And
children.
get your naked.
Get 'em together.
your naked
Get 'em together
babies.
now.
Your naked
I want to
babies.
know what's going on over there.
Somebody's
wish-
on drugs.
I wish
I'm
it
not
was-
going to choose who.
I hate to say
but
it.
one of them is on drugs.
I wish it was videotaped. I
I
can't
just
lie.
want to know
would
where
love
she
to see.
pulled this metal pole from to randomly.
Oh, listen now. You know, the poles can be pulled off of various places,
Including the wall.
including the wall. Yes.
Damn. That's vicious, because, I mean, my family, you get hit with something, but they wasn't going for the face.
I read they were going for a wooden spoon or a belt. I've hit a
no, I've had
pole. She must have really felt in danger.
She must have felt mad endangered.
No, I've been hit with the panel to a heater.
A radiator?
No, not a radiator. You know how, like, people have the heaters that go along the bottom of the floors?
Yeah.
You know how the panel can come off, that
Yeah.
metal panel? That long-ass metal panel?
I got hit with the metal part of the broom, and it broke in half. When my
Leah
dad
did
hit
too,
me.
my
she
dad-
did it to
My
herself.
dad, yeah.
I did. Oh, yes, I sure did. I got stitches here. But you know what? My dad tried to spank me one time. I have white parents. One time he tried to spank me, chased me around the room, couldn't catch me. And at the end of it, I ended up falling on my dresser, running away, trying to escape him. Split my lip open, or split my eyebrow open. 6 stitches later, I got a My Little Pony. Now that's how it's done.
And you got all your teeth.
I got all my teeth.
Well, Angie, you know, you got some nice teeth there. Hopefully your daughter can see a nice reconstructive surgeon.
She could at least, take care of the veneers.
I couldn't pull the mugshot photo. I was just like, I'm not going to do that.
It looks crazy. Yeah.
I didn't want to do that to Angie because I knew that I didn't want to know what the story was about because I couldn't go to any of the articles because the teeth image really haunts me. I don't know why. Teeth and when things happen with teeth and eyes, they really affect me.
No, teeth especially for me, yeah.
But I was just like, I know Angie didn't mean to do it because I love Angie. I don't want to think of her as an abusive child. And then the picture of her kid, she looked young.
Stop saying a kid.
Oh,
The
I know.
woman
The
is my
grown-ass
age.
woman.
Her child.
The grown-ass woman.
She's my age too. You know, so the picture of my peer
yeah.
looked
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a child. The tooth picture, I thought it was a little kid.
Because she didn't have teeth. All I want for Christmas is my two front
Yeah,
teeth.
and she looked a little crazy, so, you know,
Well,
I mean,
all
with
right.
reason.
Well, we wish him all the best.
All right. Well, thank you, Jesse. Or, excuse me, actually, thank you, Alia, because you gave us that story. We're going to move on to Hot Topics, but first, before that, I want to remind everyone to go to iTunes and give us a rating. We love 5 stars. You guys have been doing really great with letting us know what you do like for the Black Hollywood Live programming. We have about 15 different shows. Jesse does one called The Beat. We do one together called Portraits. We obviously have this week Stand Up, Sit Down. We got some stuff in politics, Justice is Served. We also have... what else do we got, Jesse? We got so many shows.
Geek Tech Nerd,
Geek Nerd Tech.
Fashion 411,
Reality
Phenomenal
Check, if you
Women.
like reality stars,
Reality
Phenomenal
Check, that's
Women.
one of my favorites.
Yes. And we also have a new one, Just Saying. It is with Cherie Fletcher from Hollywood X's and Diane Valentine and also April Daniels. And they have a great show that I think you'll enjoy. They talk about sex, love, and relationships. And that's new to our network, so check that one out as well.
And we have BHL Conversations. I sat down with Tamala and David Mann today.
Oh, how
Awesome.
I love them. Yeah.
And make sure you guys check out on Bounce TV April 7th, Man and Wife, new TV show. And it looks hilarious. What's her name who played Harriet Winslow? She's going to be on it.
Oh, dope.
She's funny.
Okay.
And Tony Rock. So it's a pretty big cast.
Nice cast. Sounds like there's a lot of diversity in the cast. All right, we're going to move on to EUR Web Story Spotlight of the Week.
Web
like that?
Story Spotlight of the Week.
Very good.
You like that little safe way into diversity? You like, and I did it right before the EUR Web music came on. All right, well, bump. So we were talking about diversity a few minutes ago, and that's part of this lead conversation we're about to have. It just was pilot season. I'm sure, Leah, you went out for pilot season. I'm sure this time a lot, or several times, or maybe. Okay, I'm like, if I think you went out.
I did go out. I was fortunate enough to go out.
All right. Well, for you guys who don't know, pilot season is where all the actors audition for new shows, upcoming shows, and it's like, the crazy and important time for all actors and producers. So we just came off of pilot season, and apparently diversity has been hitting Hollywood, because there are 72 new pilots that are being picked up, and with that, all of them star a black actor in the leading role or supporting role, and they all have been ordered. So right now, ABC leads with 14 projects, NBC follows with 13 projects. There's an assortment, a variety of different people that are from A-listers to new actors that have been a part of these projects, but some of the names that are going to the small screen are going to be Mike Epps, Nia Long, Paula Patton, Felicia Rashad, Laverne Cox, Morris Chestnut, Rosario Dawson. Do you guys think that Hollywood is now embracing a lot more diversity? I mean, I figured when I read this that they said that ABC probably would be one of those higher networks that had the majority of new pilots with African Americans, but especially with Shonda Rhimes and all the success she's had. And NBC, I felt like, they're coming up, even though they're saying they're number one. But then I thought CBS probably would be next in line as well, somewhere in there.
I would love to use the word embracing. I don't know if I believe that they are embracing it, rather than realizing that it is a necessity and that it is a cash cow right now, because we are thirsty for real television. We are thirsty to see what our life looks like on TV. And when I say our life, I mean our life as the everyday person who is friends with multicultural people, people of different shades. We want to see that. And it's funny because we watch so much TV, you almost become numb to it. But I was the other day at a friend's house, and every time I go to my friend's house, it's always like, a Tyler Perry movie, or it's some all black cast show. And it's always whenever I go to this friend's house. And I'm like, okay, can we watch something different, like something with a little color of something? And here I am saying something with a little color.
Right.
And so it gets to a point of, and he feels like, well, I want to watch, what my life, myself on TV. And I was like, well, this is not your life. I hang out with you every day. I don't see you in family situations like this. So I'm excited that we're bringing it in. Right now, I think it's more over financial reasons.
Sure.
But I can accept that, because
it's a start.
It's a great way to get people in the door, make America used to it, and understand it, and realize, hey, more roles for more people.
That's exactly what it is. It's about money. It's just like sports or anything else. They let black people let us in, and we're going to eat up all of your money. So, that's what I see from it. So I get what you're saying. And just because there is black content available, it doesn't mean that it's relatable to the average black person.
Right.
You're watching it like, this is for my auntie. This is not for me. We can appreciate it. It's an art to it. But content that's relatable to us, and it's amazing because it is definitely picking up speed. Yeah. So once the money comes in, the people love that black culture. Yeah. White kids in the middle of nowhere love black culture. So the more it becomes embraced for financial reasons, the more it will have the right outcome. Right. It is what it is.
Well, hopefully
72. That's a lot.
That's a lot. And now, hopefully, too, that the programming is kind of what you were saying about it being more focused on like the middle income black family, because we had Lorenz Tate on the show 3 weeks ago, and we got into the conversation on how with the success of black programming right now, it's like two different extremes. Either you're rich, or like in the music hip hop game, like Empire has jumped off and had such a huge success, or you're like lower poverty drug addict kind of. That where's the middle ground family? Where's the middle income family on television right now? And it seems like those are the shows that are non-existent.
Don't get me wrong, but Blackish, they are more wealthier.
They're still upper echelons of
we don't have a Family Matters.
Yeah, there's no Family Matters, or even I forgot the name of the show, but it was on it was a ABC Family Channel. It was. Oh gosh, I can't.
Lincoln Heights.
Lincoln Heights. That was kind of a middle income family, and I think that show did well for a while, and then it.
They were supposed
vanished.
to be hood though. They had gang members running in and out around there. Yeah.
So
we
there's
need
we need like a middle,
like a Moesha.
A Moesha.
Yeah, because even the Huxtables were upper class. You know what I mean? So we need like the middle. Where's the middle? Like where everybody can relate.
Where the Winslow's at?
Where the Winslow's. So, I don't know, but we'll find about. You know what? I'll take the fact that we actually are able to get 72. Pilots picked up with African American leads, co-stars supporting. They're big names.
That made me happy.
And that's just the people who we know. There was a lot more to that list. You should go to erweb.com. Yeah, there's tons. You go to erweb.com and it gives you a full listing of everyone who's involved in those projects. And it's great for new actors too, who are African American, who are now able to get a shot because of the more diversity that's taking place. More diversity taking place in Hollywood. All right, we're going to move on to our last story of the day. We are fresh off of what has happened to Michael Brown, and we spoke about it last week, where obviously the detective that shot 18-year-old Michael Brown in Ferguson he did not receive civil rights incrimination. So his family now is in a civil. Michael Brown's family is now suing him and the city in a civil rights case. Now, what we found out in the last week is that another protest is taking place in Madison, Wisconsin, over the killing of an unarmed 19-year-old young man, African American. His name is Tony Robinson, and he was shot by an officer by the name of Matt Kinney. And apparently, what happened was the police were called in reference to a disturbance that was taking place on the streets, where a young man was allegedly going around jumping in front of cars, arguing with people. He allegedly had attacked a patron of his, and the police department received several calls. When the police department got there, the officer, Matt Kinney, went to the apartment where this was supposed to also have taken place inside, where the alleged person, Tony Robinson, had hit someone as well. He walked in, and apparently Tony attacked the police officer, and the police officer shot him 4 to 6 times. He died, and now the police chief went on record to say that the man was unarmed. So this has caused a big uproar in Madison. I mean, we just got off of all the stuff that happened in New York, obviously all the stuff that happened in Ferguson, and now there was the protest, and they were saying Black Lives Matter. They were going around the city, and people are really pissed off about this. They really want some justice to take place with this. Now, the officer has been suspended with pay. With pay. And he was also involved in another incident in 2007 where he actually shot someone as well. They said that the attack was based off of described as a suicide by a cop, but he was exonerated of any wrongdoing. So Kinney said he has suffered blows to the head. The case is still under investigation, but people are really upset about this. And what are your thoughts about this stuff?
He's
now,
actually
the officer
a decorated.
has been suspended with pay.
Oh,
I know.
I was like, remix.
He's actually I wasn't sure. I was like, here you're talking, but you're not talking.
Jesus,
Jesus, finally, I've been waiting my whole life.
All my
for this
life, and
moment.
in the middle of this show, right now.
I'd be like, it's about time. Take me now. So, he is a decorated officer. He has got a lot of medals and awards for and one of the things I think, I'm not sure, don't quote me, but I think it was for uniting people. So it's kind of like a shock that this would be the person.
Yeah.
But the police chief did go on record immediately being like, there's no easy way around this.
Yeah, he did say that.
I'll let you know he was an unarmed man. So it's like he's kind of checking his...
like we know it was
just
wrong,
making sure that, yes, that
but
all the
making it seem like
bases
it was
are
full
covered.
accident. We understand it was wrong.
Yeah.
this is what has happened.
Well, I think they have to do that, because I think what happened in Ferguson, I don't necessarily
They don't wanna repeat.
They don't want to repeat that, and also they didn't really take responsibility for it in a lot of ways. So I think I applaud the chief for actually coming forward and saying, listen, this is not going to be an easy case because the man was unarmed. He's not trying to sugarcoat it, So sorry, Jess, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I mean, I agree with everything you guys are saying, and I don't know, this is such an off subject. Well, not really, but one of our fans, I wish I could remember your name, I apologize, had sent me a message on Facebook. Thank you for that. And as I went to their Facebook page, and I started looking at their Facebook page, I didn't understand it at all, and there were just these names on the page. Every post was just one name. I was like, that's so weird. But of course, curiosity, why are you posting one name? I want to Google who that person is. They were all people murdered, all black men murdered. And so that was interesting to see that. And it kind of bring light to this. Just within the stories of, we hear, it was a year since the Trayvon Martin,
Eric Garner.
And then the dress came out, and it kind of, the blue or black dress, and that took over the whole social media of, the remembrance of Trayvon. And, that's where I think things like this, we keep the discussion open. We don't get angry about it, to not blame it, not to say, get angry about it, but not to do what we did with the Ferguson. We don't want to take it to a violent place where we're throwing it back. I think that we keep the conversation going and pushing forward in a positive manner.
I agree with you 50% actually.
Me too.
I'll say 50%. I agree that we should keep the conversation going, keep it positive. I do believe that, especially with Ferguson, we don't want to fall into a situation where we're looting our own businesses, like our own black-owned businesses. That's what we shouldn't be doing.
Anybody.
We don't want to loot anybody, but
we're not
right,
but as far as getting angry, though, people deserve to be angry at this stage. How can you not be angry? All we hear now is unarmed. When are we going to implement these policies to change how law enforcement handles situations? Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want to be a cop to save my life. I would not want to be in a situation where my life is threatened and you have to make a rash decision. But on the flip side, there's too many unarmed men, black men that are being killed. It has to stop.
Maybe, but on the other side, maybe it's the media just saying, hey, you know what? We're going to really bring light to these unarmed men or to these
Because how many unarmed white men are being killed too? I don't know.
Listen, I'm not taking up for them.
I'm not taking it away
I'm not taking up for them, but I wonder if the bigger picture is
the media.
Let's make sure that we get all the guns off the street so that nobody has guns. And on that I have a problem with. So that's my thing. I feel like it's a way to say, like at first, see James, like you tell your kid, it's get in the shower, get in the shower.
James.
Yes, referencing my child, I need you to go do this. I need you to brush your teeth. I need you to brush your teeth. And then keep bringing up bad incidences of, you had your opportunity. I don't know, just I feel like it's steering. Yeah. I feel like we're being steered to say that ultimately there's no guns. And I feel like this is a way of pushing that forward so that people will get angry enough that it invokes change. And it might not be the change that's right for us. It might be the change that somebody decided they wanted for us. And that's where I have the problem with it, because it's don't confuse this.
How many Hispanic men are being shot by, I don't know these numbers personally. And that, to me, I'm always skeptical about what is being put in the media. Right, but not taking away
from any of the stuff, because we clearly know. I've been in the car. I date black men. That's not a secret. When I get pulled over, it doesn't matter if I don't even have a license. Keep it real. They give me my card, my ID, everything back. Let me go. If my boyfriend were to get pulled over, he's in the back of the cop car with a valid license, or handcuffs on, sitting in the back chilling. Why? Because he's dark.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's the only reason.
But it's just that what bothers me is, you're right, it's hard to not get angry and not to react that way. But I think by reacting that way, we don't see a change. You almost give them more ammo to say, oh, well, look,
they're violent.
We were willing to talk about this, but look how you act like animals. You act like this. So imagine if this unarmed kid was acting like that to me, how I would, never give anybody any type of excuse, any reason to go around the purpose. And the purpose here is people are dying.
Yeah.
They're people's lives. So if you react with anger, you're giving them a reason to media to say, well, this isn't important right now because look at what's happening here. The protests.
Right.
The media wasn't even caring about, who was shot, what happened. It was about these people are looting and doing all this negative stuff.
And
now
what about all
everyone's
the people
afraid.
who conjured together and built up a movement, a peaceful rally? All
I mean,
those people
even
got
Black
pushed to the
Lives
wayside.
Matter,
Yeah.
the movement is a peaceful movement. I participated in LA. It's a very peaceful movement,
And then all that gets swept under the rug because some assholes decided they're going to go and try and rob your auntie at the street. That's
Right.
not cool.
Right.
So everybody needs to be on that same note
I
because
agree.
nothing else is getting solved.
The only
Be the
thing is,
bigger
though,
person.
but I still say I agree with you in the sense it needs to be a bigger picture. It's not just, obviously black men are being taken out by this, but it's people in general. I'll give you that. I don't know the statistics on non-African Americans, but all I know is what media has put out there for me right now, which is a lot of unarmed black men. And my thing is, it needs to still, we were talking about implementing things. I know it was an expensive bill, but Obama was talking about putting cameras on phones, cameras on police officers, so when they are in a situation where it may be a distress or a problem, they're able to track it to see how the officer reacted if they had the right reason on how they reacted. So this guy, the thing I have a problem with this one with Tony is that they're not even saying that he pulled out a knife or pulled out anything to attack the officer. I mean, granted, maybe he was charging the officer and maybe there was a scuffle, but can't you shoot him in the arm? Can't you shoot him in the
use a
leg?
taser?
Wait a minute, hold
Can't
on.
you use a
Taser or-
taser?
But
Something
didn't
else?
remember when we showed? Obviously there's a difference between a trained police officer and someone not. But remember when we showed that video of the leader of
Right,
the protest?
right.
The guy didn't pull anything out. He just
Right.
kept walking towards him, and he instantly shot him.
Right.
So
Training needs to be different, though.
Well, no, that's where I come down to it is clearly we're not training people. Clearly it's something in the psyche that we're not dealing with.
Right.
So money needs to be invested there. And, why aren't the cameras being installed now? So my point would be, instead of getting mad and saying, you know what, they're not going to listen to us if we say, let's get these cameras on these guys because of black men are being shot. Okay. Well, you know what? I also think it would be great for cameras to be on these police officers because think about the budget it would cut. We'd be able to find out, what's going on behind scenes inside of these headquarters. We'd be able to cut back on who's actually really doing work. We can cut, we can see, we can stop certain drug trades from happening. There's other things that those can be used for.
Yeah.
And I hope that we're thinking of all of those things and throwing them out there so it gets to a point where it's like we have to. We have
to.
no choice but to.
I
Because
agree.
if you're using one example, they're going to beat around the bush. Because that's all they want to do is beat around the bush. Because they want their freedom. Just like we all want our freedom.
Yeah.
They want theirs. They want their power. Actually, they don't want freedom. They want their
They
power.
In a
want power.
second, everything, every way, every interaction you can have is going to be recorded. So let's just get it over with.
Let's
We
get
need
it
no
over
privacy.
All right. Well, that wraps up our show today. Jesse, where can your fans find you?
At DJ Jesse J.
Aaliyah, where can your fans find you?
All my social media is at Alia, AliaKruz. Yes.
Yes. And you can find me at Derrial Christon on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you watch The Walking Dead, I also do the after show for AfterBuzz The Walking Dead, which will be this Sunday at 9 o'clock. I want to remind everyone to also read and vote for the Buzz Meter question, which do you believe in spanking your child? We had a little bit of a conversation about that
No
today.
matter what age they are.
No matter, even if
What?
they're 30 and won't clean their room like Angie Stone's daughter, will you beat that ass? All right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
From producers Maria Menounos, Derrial Christon, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.